Thousands of years ago, Egypt stood as the greatest empire on earth. Its pyramids reached toward the heavens, its armies conquered nations, and its pharaohs ruled like gods among men. But behind the glory of Egypt was a story of suffering and oppression, a story about a king who refused to bow before the true God. His name was Pharaoh. Pharaoh was not just a ruler, he was considered a divine figure by the Egyptians. The people believed his power came from the gods of Egypt. He sat upon a golden throne and commanded armies that stretched across the land. Every word he spoke became a law. Every decision he made affected millions of lives. During this time, the Israelites had multiplied greatly in Egypt. They had entered Egypt generations earlier through Joseph, the son of Jacob. But a new Pharaoh rose to power who did not remember Joseph. He saw the Israelites not as neighbors, but as a threat. Fear filled his heart as he watched their numbers grow. Pharaoh said to his leaders, "Look, the people of Israel are becoming too many and too powerful." He feared they would join Egypt's enemies in a time of war, so Pharaoh created a plan to control them. He placed heavy burdens upon their shoulders. He turned free people into slaves. The Israelites were forced to build cities for Pharaoh. Under the burning Egyptian sun, they carried stones and made bricks. Their hands became wounded from endless labor. Their cries rose from the fields and construction sites. But Pharaoh ignored their suffering. The more Pharaoh oppressed them, the more God blessed them. The Israelites continued to grow in number. Pharaoh became even more afraid. He commanded something terrible. Every Hebrew baby boy was ordered to be thrown into the Nile River. Mothers wept as they tried to protect their children. Families lived in fear of Pharaoh's soldiers. But one mother refused to surrender her baby. She hid her son Moses for 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she placed him in a basket among the reeds of the Nile. Pharaoh's own daughter discovered the baby. She rescued him from the river and raised him as her own son. The child Pharaoh tried to destroy would one day stand before him. Moses would become the voice of God against Egypt. God's plan was already unfolding. Years passed and Moses grew up. He left Egypt and lived in the wilderness. There God called him from a burning bush. God told Moses, "Go back to Egypt and set my people free." Moses returned to face the most powerful king on earth. Pharaoh sat proudly in his palace. He believed no one could challenge his authority. Then Moses entered his throne room with a message from God. "Let my people go." Pharaoh laughed at the command.